with my notebook. Already my hair was damp. It was 9 a.m., Monday, June 4th. I'd been awakened at 7 by a call from Pierre Lamanche, chief of the medical legal section at the Laboratoire de Sciences Judiciaires et de Médecine Légale in Montreal. Lamanche had been roused by Jean-Claude Hubert, chief coroner of the province of Quebec. Hubert's wake-up had come from an SQ cop named Louis Bédard. According to Lamanche, Caporal Bédard had reported the following. At approximately 2:40 a.m., Sunday, June 3rd, a 27-year-old female named Amy Roberts presented at the Hôpital Honoré Mercier in Saint-Jean-Sainte, complaining of excessive vaginal bleeding. The ER attending, Dr. Arash Kuchemeshki, noted that Roberts seemed disoriented. Observing the presence of placental remnants, an enlargement of the uterus, he suspected she had recently given birth. When asked about pregnancy, labor, or an infant, Roberts was evasive. She carried no ID. Kuchemeshki resolved to phone the local Sûreté du Québec post. At approximately 3:20 a.m., a 5-car pileup on Autoroute 20 sent 7 ambulances to the Hôpital Honoré Mercier ER department. By the time the blood cleared, Kuchemeshki was too exhausted to remember the patient who might have delivered a baby. In any case, by then, the patient was gone. At approximately 2:15 p.m., refreshed by 4 hours of sleep, Kuchemeshki remembered Amy Roberts and phoned the SQ. At approximately 5:10 p.m., Caporal Bédard visited the address Kuchemeshki had obtained from Roberts' intake form. Getting no response to his knock, he left. At approximately 6:20 p.m., Kuchemeshki discussed Amy Roberts with ER nurse Rose Buchanan, who, like the doctor, was working a 24-hour shift and had been present when Roberts arrived. Buchanan recalled that Roberts simply vanished without notifying staff. She also thought she remembered Roberts from a previous visit. At approximately 8 p.m., Kuchemeshki did a record search and learned that Amy Roberts had come to the Hôpital Honoré Mercier ER 11 months earlier, complaining of vaginal bleeding. The examining physician had noted in her chart the possibility of a recent delivery, but wrote nothing further. Fearing a newborn was at risk, and feeling guilty about failing to follow through promptly on his intention to phone the authorities, Kuchemeshki again contacted the SQ. At approximately 11 p.m., Caporal Bédard returned to Roberts' apartment. The windows were dark, and as before, no one came to the door. This time, Bédard took a walk around the exterior of the building. Upon checking a dumpster in back, he spotted a jumble of bloody towels. Bédard requested a warrant and called the coroner. When the warrant was issued Monday morning, Hubert called Lamanche. Anticipating the possibility of decomposed remains, Lamanche called me. So, on a beautiful June day, I stood in the bathroom of a seedy third-floor walk-up that hadn't seen a paintbrush since 1953. Behind me was a bedroom. A gouged and battered dresser occupied the south wall, one broken leg supported by an inverted frying pan. Its drawers were open and empty. A box spring and mattress sat on the floor, dingy linen surrounding them. A small closet held only hangers and old magazines. Beyond the bedroom, through folding double doors, the left one hanging at an angle from its track, was a living room furnished in Salvation Army chic. Moth-eaten sofa, cigarette-scarred coffee table, ancient TV on a wobbly metal stand, chrome and formica table and chairs. The room's sole hint of architectural charm came from a shallow bay window facing the street. Below its sill, a built-in tripartite wooden bench ran to the floor. A shotgun kitchen, entered from the living room, shared a wall with the bedroom. On peeking in earlier, I'd seen round-cornered appliances resembling those from my childhood. The counters were topped with cracked ceramic tile, the grout blackened by years of neglect. The sink was deep and rectangular, the farmhouse style now back in vogue. A plastic bowl